Can you tell that this glass is spotty? Is that like, is it if I give it too much sunshine? Child, we just gonna pray. All right, welcome back, you guys. My name is Asia, like the continent, and I'm going to talk about Merlot. Yes, Merlot. And Merlot has, I don't want to say special place in my heart. I don't even know if it's a special place in my heart. But it is one of the first wines that I've had, I was gonna say growing up, like a little drunk 6-year-old. Was I drunk at 6? When I first started drinking wine really early on, that still sounds like a drunk kid. When I started drinking wine on my own as an adult, I believe Merlot was like the first wine that I tasted. And I want to say, and the reason why I think it was Merlot is because that would have been in my mind something that, you know, being young, going to the store, not really knowing anything about wine in the sense that I, especially not nearly as much as I know today, and saying, oh, I know Merlot. I mean, obviously you go to the wine section, it's wine bottles, but knowing what you're getting. And so I'm pretty sure I've heard of someone say Merlot, therefore, yeah. Growing up, people had alcohol, like, we were an alcoholic family, but the wine existed, but it definitely wasn't the way that it exists in my life now. Maybe I would hear things like, you know, something was dry or off dry, but it just wasn't in the sense that I'm learning on my wine journey. I'm going to sit this here because that glass is like, the bowl is so short, and I'm pretty sure with the hand gesturing, I'm going to shoot it all over my plants, which I wonder if that'll help them grow. So by the time I ventured off on my own, I'm pretty sure more than not it was Merlot. I'm gonna use my tasting notes. Now I gotta find, oh no, Merlot is right here. Yes. So, Merlot originates in France. The Bordeaux region more or less is like the birthplace. But I don't want to say the birthplace because you know how this stuff is. It's like it came from like Mesopotamia and the, you know, the Tigris or Tigris or, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. But that's where Merlot grapes are from. And now, today, fast forward, they are still grown widely in France. They're grown in Italy. They're grown here in the United States, of course. We try to grow everything here. You know, we are swagger jackers. And I don't mean that in a derogatory sense. You just have to think like, how did we, well, not we, but how we got here. And so you're going to bring things with you and adopt certain things. And so, and as time goes on, you're going to say, well, why can't we have this too? And we can do it bigger and better. And that might be a little shade to the United States. But that's kind of how we are. So, of course, we're growing Merlot here. Merlot is also grown widely in Spain. So let's, you know, everyone else, like, everybody's swagger jacks. I shouldn't say that. Because that's like treason or something like that, right? I don't want to get Dixie chicked. So going to my notes, tasting notes says plum, black cherry, blackberry, red currant, sage. Yeah, those are about it. That's kind of what you're gonna get with it. It's medium to full body. I would say, like, if you were just to ask me straight up, I would say it's medium body compared to other reds I've had that were in that category. It's just not super heavy at all. The tannins, I don't feel like the tannins are very high. So medium tannins, yeah, it's very, I feel like Merlot is a very easy red, and I'm glad that probably was my introduction to my own personal wine journey, because if I had tried something like a cab back then, you know, all those years ago, I probably would have been like, oh, I don't like wine, which is what happens with a lot of people. They get something that's a little too strong for their palate, and particularly because wine is not, it's juice, but it's not like, it's not juicy juice. So the alcohol and the acidity on Merlot is also medium-ish. You might get a little juicy by the mouth messing with Merlot, but not, like, Merlot's just like real, it's kind of like when you take surveys and you didn't have the best time with something, but it didn't absolutely suck. That's what Merlot is. It's kind of just middle of the road on everything, and which, in my humble opinion, Merlot grapes are used in so many blends because it probably just matches with everybody else meaning other grape varietals. So yeah. I also was told that Merlot has gotten a bad rap here in the United States due to the movie Sideways. Now, I know that's the movie with Paul Giamatti. I didn't see it. I want to see it now that I'm more into, like, oh, that, you know, and I'm like, oh. But I don't know what happened in that movie. I don't know if they were, like, growing shit in their backyard, and I don't know, it's something when I don't know the premise of the movie at all. And it's not on Netflix and Amazon Prime. If it ain't on Prime, they try to charge you like $4.99 for a movie, and I'm like, I like Paul Giamatti. I think he's a great actor, but it ain't that deep for me. So but I think that's what happened with Merlot, and it probably cost people that aren't really well versed in wine to think, oh, well then therefore Merlot sucks. And it's like, no, it's just, I don't know what happened in the movie, so I can't really chime in on that. But I will say, in my opinion, and what I do know about wine in general, like I said earlier, a lot of these grape varietals that I'm covering originated somewhere else in the old world. And if something like a Merlot grape originated in France, it's cold in France compared to, well, let me shut up. Compared to the rest of the United States, because if you're in Virginia right now, you're probably like freezing, and I'm like, so sorry that's happening to you. But you know, I've always been a West Coast girl, which I guess goes further, it does go into what I'm saying. So France is like freaking cold. They have a winter, it snows there, it things die, you know, whereas California, now Napa is colder. Napa in the Sonoma region is colder in my opinion than where I grew up in Southern California, right? But it's still quite warm in comparison to France, or growing growing grapes in northern Italy, for instance, right? So where they have mountains and things and whatnot, and it's just significantly warmer. So when you're talking about crops, different things are going to happen with, you can grow broccoli. I don't know where broccoli, you know, ideally grows, but you can grow, for instance, even look at, you know, I live in Arizona. We won't talk about that. My life's in shambles. Anyways, you can grow broccoli here in Arizona, and it's going to taste different than broccoli that's grown, I don't know where in California where all the farms are, but you know what I'm saying? Because the temperature is different. It gets hot as hell here. I don't know how anything grows here, but it's going to taste different. So I don't know if, again, I didn't see Sideways, so I don't know what was happening in that movie. I know Paul Giamatti, I believe he's American. So I don't know if everyone in the movie was American and they were trying to, like I said, grow in their backyard and it tastes like shit. But anytime you try to introduce a crop to a new climate, a new region, it's going to have some issues, and you actually have to go through several seasons of it before, whatever it is, I don't care what kind of crop it is, before it's worth a damn. And so, and again, and then on top of that, it's going to taste different than where you got it from. So, yeah, that's probably what happened with Merlot. That's like and I think there's other things, just when you talk about agriculture, where you're like, oh, this tastes like crap. And it's like, well, you know, we've only had that crop for X amount of years. Like, do they grow avocados in Australia? I'm pretty sure they wouldn't taste good. What do they grow in Australia? I know they grow things. Huh. This is how my mind works. This is why I can't get shit done. Anyways, thank you for watching. That's kind of all I had on Merlot. I had a lot to say about it, but I mean, it's just a really easy wine to pick up and try. It's not one that I pick up anymore. In my early days, when I say early days, like in my early, I'm not trying to be like PC. I can't remember if I was drinking wine, because if I got wine before 21, someone else got it for me. And I don't think that was like the thing, but 21, 22 years old, drinking wine, that was something, I just grabbed that because I knew what that was, and now I probably wouldn't necessarily go out of my way to get a Merlot. The last Merlot I bought was at a local tasting room, and there was some interesting characteristics, mostly to the nose, of this local wine, and so I was like, oh, I have to buy it because I thought that was really neato, but I probably would never, I shouldn't say never buy a Merlot again, but I wouldn't buy that Merlot again, because it's like, okay, I got over it and that was fun, on to the next thing. So That's just how I am. But Merlot doesn't suck. You can try it. I think it's a really good one to try. And it's Merlot, not Merlot. Don't do that, because then just don't. It's Merlot. Why is, I hold my head to the side. Is it comforting, or do I have like a crooked neck? Like, what's going on with me? Anyways, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. If you're watching this on YouTube, thumbs it up and comment and share and follow. That's what I want you to subscribe. Subscribe. Do that. Subscribe. And if you are watching this on Instagram and you're not following me, follow me and double tap. I don't know where you're watching. Just like me the way I want you to like Merlot. All right, bye.